Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Icewind, Rime of the Frostmaiden. I hope you all have your favorite drink, and perhaps your favorite smoke with you, or the tale which we will unveil tonight. When last you all gathered here, you had made your way into the center of the city of Yithrin, in the necropolis where the city had crashed deep below, solving the ritual of the arcane Octad, the arcane dad, or whatever. You had been able to break down the force field blocking the spire of Iorlithus, the archmage that ruled the city with an iron fist, where the most powerful relics of the city were said to have been kept in the study of Iorlithus himself. You breached into the spire after dispelling the magical bellhop, who told you to go away in a very prissy voice. And then, after breaching inside, you found a strange party ongoing. Nobles dancing, making merry, laughing, and joking about the condition of the city and things that had happened. Bewildered by this scene and confused and somewhat disturbed, you discovered, after close inspection, that it seemed to be illusory. There was some repetition, and on closer inspection, the artificial intelligence as it was, you could see the cracks in the AI, essentially, of the illusion. Convincing one of your party members, Velia Parpel, who actually still had a third-level spell slot left to cast Dispel Magic. She did so, rolled a 20 on her die to Dispel, and the magic was indeed dropped. After dropping the magic, you found the ballroom lying in ruins, rimmed with ice, its furniture jumbled and shattered. Above the floor where the nobles danced, 3 glass cylinders with iron fittings slowly moved through the air, each of them housing a swollen human brain floating in a bath of slimy, translucent goo. As the illusion dropped around you, you heard them scream in your mind. The brains did. And I don't know if I've got battle music here. Guess I do. They scream in your mind. Let me turn that down some. And everybody roll initiative against Brains in a Jar. Let me get the initiative tracker up first before we do that, to make sure it's clear. It is. Human brains floating in jars. Let's see what these thin puppies can do. Is take these brains out for a spin. Brain number 2. Not good initiatives. They're not very dexterous. You know, they're in a jar. They're kind of floating around slowly. Harkus, you're up. They scream and your brain kind of hurts a bit as they do that.
How close are they? Are they still up on the ceiling or are they down on the ground?
They're floating around the ground. They're pretty close to you, actually, Harkus.
All right. I'm going to go over there and whack at it. That's how I roll.
Okay, you can do that. Yeah, you hit it. This does 9 damage to this brain.
So 15
Loading
total
there.
for that one.
Okay, 15.
And I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay. That's a miss.
Feel like maybe climbing on the brain is not the best idea.
It might not be.
So I think what I will do is where did this go? Then I will spend a key point to do Step of the Wind and disengage moving over here.
Okay. Ordella, you're up. What are you doing?
I'm going to take my dancing longsword.
Okay.
And get this brain just south of me.
Okay. Well, give me just a second. I haven't seen that dancing longsword in quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
This one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And going to slash at it.
A 10 is a miss.
Ooh. Okay.
But you have second attack.
Okay.
Which you can do with the long sword or you can do with yourself.
Yeah. I was going to go over to this other one over here.
Now, at your level, do you actually have 3 attacks now?
I do. Well, I guess I can tag him again and then hit this other guy with my great axe. So.
Yeah. However you
long sword.
That'll hit.
Oh, sweet. For 9.
Okay.
And then guy I just got in front of 15?
Hits.
Yay.
You made some cracks in their glass jars.
For 15.
Okay. Very good. Cadillac, you're up.
Okay, so you said just a moment ago that the jars are glass?
Well, they look glass. You don't know if they are indeed glass. They might be crystal or magical crystal or... You don't know. They're clear. They're see-through.
So, something that I did earlier comes to mind, and so I'm going to attempt the same trick again, but with slightly different consequences. So I step out into the middle of the room, and I reach out my hand and point the ring of telekinesis at this guy right here, and it's got a range of 60 feet, and I'm going to attempt to wrench it from its mooring and fling it at this one.
Okay, does it gets to resist this, right?
Yes, it does. So is it a creature or an object? Because
it's a creature.
I would argue that it is a creature in an object.
Yes, it's like Krang.
And objects don't get to resist because they're an object.
This thing has spell resistance and the ability to resist your like magical grass telekinesis.
Okay,
so.
I will. That makes sense.
They're magic brains. They can do magic spells.
Okay.
So, your telekinesis, what is the DC to save against it? It uses the spell telekinesis.
Yes. Yeah, no, I had the spell telekinesis pulled up. Creature on it's just
many times ability, the ring. Sometimes the ring will tell you what the DC is. It does not.
Make an ability check with your spellcasting ability contested by the creature's strength check.
Okay. Well, that's going to be difficult. Okay.
So I'm doing something weird here.
It's
Feel
yeah,
free to
yeah. It has to contest it
make
with its
judgment calls.
It has to contest it with its strength. I'm gonna see how I can, because I think that a fair way to sort of like handle that would be instead of like letting it use strength to resist the spell, it could use like its own spell to sort of resist you. Like
makes sense.
Counter spell or dispel magic, essentially, as a reaction. So I don't know. That's, you know what? That seems to be nerfing your ability. No, it's gonna roll its strength, but it gets advantage because it's advantage against spells. So here we go. 10. Nope. You got it. You zing it across the room. You're throwing it from one into the other one?
Yes, I'm smashing them into each other effectively was my plan.
Okay, let's see here. Does telekinesis tell you the kind of damage that it can do, or no, it doesn't really?
This is using it in a way I think that it doesn't foresee.
Move it in up to 30 feet, but not beyond the range of the spell. Okay.
Yes.
So you're able to move something 30 feet.
Yes.
So here's how that's going to work. You're going to get the fall, essentially the fall damage. 30 feet worth of fall damage to both of them. Right? So that is 3d6. So basically roll 3d6, and each of those creatures are going to take 3d6 damage.
Oh my goodness.
All right. Which one moved?
This one right here. It moved to hit this one.
All right, so that one's, you sling that one into that one, and they each take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's pitiful. I'm sorry, team. That was such a cool move for such lackluster consequences.
It's super cool. Just sort of rolled bad.
Yeah.
Since it told you how many feet it could fall, essentially you could have lifted it 30 feet up in the air and dropped it, and that would have been 30 feet of fall damage. So that's why I'm ruling it that way.
Makes sense.
Okay, it's the brain's turn. It did better than Leonard. The brain is going to... I don't know where Leonard is. Where are you, Leonard?
I'm way down there.
You were not hiding outside. You were in this room at the time.
You know, I am in the room.
The brain is going to cast a spell. It's going to cast a spell on you, Harkus. Actually, it's going to cast this at reach human. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. It's going to cast this at 4th level. So it's going to catch. It can do it up to each level above 2. It can hold an additional one. So 3, 4. So it can hold up to 3 people. All right. Make a Wisdom saving throw. Harkus, Cadillac, and Ordella, the 3 that have attacked. Harkus, Cadillac, and Ordella, Wisdom saving throws.
I have advantage against spells.
This is a spell, so you do have advantage then.
So Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom save. Harkus, Ordella, and Cadillac. Good thing, Cadillac, or good thing, Harkus.
It's not adding my modifier to anything. So it should be
13
a plus 3. 3.
So 16.
16.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, my modifier wasn't added either. So I would be a 2.
You still rolled a critical fail there.
Yeah.
Ordella, what was your modifier? It didn't add it there either.
1.
1. Okay. So Cadillac and Ordella, you fail. Harkus, you save. You two are held. It casts Hold Person on the three of you at 4th level. So 2 of you are essentially held in place. You're paralyzed for the duration of the spell until you either pass the wisdom save or somebody disturbs this brain's concentration.
Which one was that?
I'm not telling. Leonard's up.
Hey, Jeff, how much would you say a brain in a jar weighs?
I can tell you exactly.
I need to know
human
exactly.
brain weighs 7 pounds.
It is. How much does a deity brain in a jar weigh? 25 pounds is what the Forgotten Realms wiki tells me. In all, brain jar fluid typically weighed around 25 pounds or 11 kilograms. There you go.
Never mind.
Were you going to mage hand the brain out of the jar?
No, I was going to catapult the brain into another brain.
Oh.
Or catapult the jar into another brain.
That'd be incredible. 25 pounds. Can you do that with a 25-pound brain?
No, I can't. Hang on. When you cast a spell using a spell slot 2nd level or higher, the maximum weight of objects that you can target with this spell increases by 5 pounds.
What's the baseline weight?
5.
Oh, well.
No, and I only have 3rd level spell. So no, I could only if you said 10 pounds, I got it.
Yeah, I literally Googled it. It's the first thing that came up on the Google.
What is the jar made of?
Metal, ornate metal, and
Okay.
then some sort of clear crystal or glass.
All right. Then I'm
Are you going
going
to heat it?
Cast... Actually, I'm not going to cast that. I'm going to
It's filled with some sort of goo.
I'm going to use my Pipes of Haunting.
Ooh.
Each creature within 30 feet that hears... Oh, can they hear me play? Their brains. I don't know. I'm going to try it anyway.
Okay.
DC 15 Wisdom save, or they become frightened for 1 minute.
Does this count for everybody?
I can choose that non-hostile creatures automatically succeed. So I will do that.
Yes. 2 of them pass, 1 fails.
Okay. So one of them is frightened and thus has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while I'm within line of sight. And it cannot willingly move closer to me.
There you go. Nice. It's that one's turn, actually, Leonard. It's terrified of you, and it turns and looks at you, Leonard. Actually, it's going to move away from you. And, whoops. Hang on. Oh, yeah. The question is, how wide is a 60-foot cone? And I think the answer is pretty wide. Pretty wide. Because I think basically that's going to capture Harkus as well.
I mean, the 60-foot cone would end up being 60 feet at the arc at the end, right?
Yes. It's the whole damn room.
Yeah, it's the whole room, including the other 2 brains.
Yeah, they're immune to this.
All right.
Everybody make an intelligence saving throw. As it backs up very afraid of you and lets out this like horrible pulse. This is a magical spell or effect, Harkus?
Is this poison?
No.
18.
18 is a pass. Cadillac, that's a pass.
No.
Ordella, that is a fail. Everybody passes except poor Ordella.
Yeah, this is not adding for me either. But it passed, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it must be another Beyond 20 glitch. We'll just have to add it in ourselves and remember. Ordella, what's your modifier for wisdom? Or intelligence?
0.
No intelligence? Oh no.
For the saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your baseline intelligence mod? Plus 0 to intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, so you're gonna take 11 plus 4. So 15 psychic damage, Ordella. And you are stunned.
Yep.
So Ordella, you are also paralyzed now. So Ordella is stunned. And who else was stunned or held? The two that failed that fire check.
I was held.
Cadillac is being held. And Harkus is being held, right?
No, I passed.
Was it Ordella that was being held?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was not.
So you two are still held, and Ordella, you're stunned now. And that's up next is the next brain in a jar. What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? He's gonna cast a spell at you, Harkus. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
$20.
Oh, that is a success. As you fend off its attacks at your brain. Harkus, you're up.
Did I see which one that was?
It's one of them's over here in this corner. You're not sure which.
All right, well, I'm just going to line up right here. And I'm going to start whacking at brains.
Which one? The left one or the right one?
This one I'm going to go with the right one.
All right, that's a hit.
So plus 2d6. So 19 at that one.
Ow!
And then I'm going to take the second one and hit at the other brain.
Okay.
16.
Hits. Okay.
And then I'm going to disengage again.
All right. Concentration on the hold person is maintained. Ordella, you are still stunned by this. So you can repeat a saving throw here at your turn if you like.
Okay.
It is basically you've got a hold person cast on you and stunned, so you've got 2 saving throws to make, an intelligence and a wisdom.
All right. Go with. Oh, fail.
Yeah, you're still held. You can save the intelligence save if you like.
Save it.
Yeah, you can roll the intelligence save.
Okay. Sweet Jesus.
Nope, you're still stunned
I'm
and held.
feeling really dumb today.
Ordella is stunned and held still. Cadillac, you are up. You are held. You can make a wisdom save if you like.
Okay. And that would be a 4.
That'd be a fail, sir. You maintain being held.
Okay. By the way, a programming note. I checked out the Beyond 20 GitHub, and it's been confirmed that rolling a save, initiative, or standard ability check is not adding modifiers currently.
Which means they'll have a fix for it by tonight.
Quite possibly. But it looks like that attacks and stuff are still fine. So, all right. I am going to.
No, you're not. You're held.
Oh, I can't even use my ring?
You are held person, sir. Does that ring have? You have to like move your hand to use that ring, correct? Telekinesis.
I just did that as a flourish.
It has a somatic component, so you have to be able to move.
VS.
Yep, verbal and somatic. You are paralyzed. You can't move your hand.
Oh, interesting. Well, hold on.
So you can't do that now. You have been locked in place by this brain's psychic magic.
Hold on. Let me see if there's.
You're paralyzed. You have the condition paralysis.
Okay, fine. It looks like there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, exactly. You're right about that. The paralyzed condition, you're incapacitated. You can't move or speak. You automatically fail strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against you have advantage. Which is a big problem for you because this thing's about to roll an attack roll against you. As it hits your brain with an icy cold touch, 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Since you are paralyzed, I guess the question is, are attack rolls, are they automatic crits? Any attack roll that hits the creature is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet. Can spells crit? No, spells can't crit. Only melees can crit. So by the rules of the game, it can't crit with a spell. It can only crit with melee attacks. So you get the bonus of not getting crit on automatically. You take 16 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Leonard, it's your turn.
All right.
Spells should be able to crit. That brain should be able to just wallop the hell out of you.
Which brain is concentrating?
You don't know.
Oh, I guess
it's a brain in a jar. It has no like visual cue to you.
But I did not get an indication that which one the spell was coming from.
No. It's all psychic. One of them is holding Ordella and Cadillac.
All right, I am going to. I'm gonna pick this one.
Okay.
And I am going to cast heat metal on its jar.
Interesting choice. It is floating in goo.
Boiling a brain.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but that goo, unless it has a thermal conductivity coefficient of 0.
Am I? All right, this is good. This is a good idea. I like it. All right, so you're casting heat metal on its jar.
Heat metal on it. Well, let me see. Choose a manufactured object. Yep. Three D8. Okay, this is what I was looking for. If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object if it can. If it doesn't drop the object, it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the start of your next turn. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again.
It's a con save?
It gets a con save.
19, and it can't drop its chassis.
It can't drop it, but it did pass the con save. So I think it just takes the damage, but does not get the disadvantage.
How hot does that metal get? Is it instant?
You cause the object to glow red hot.
Okay. Okay.
Well, apparent damage is not rolling either. So 3d8.
Nice. 16.
16.
Yeah. All right. Cadillac and Ordella. Cadillac, you are no longer held. Ordella, you are still paralyzed because you're being held by another thing, as this thing lost concentration, and you're boiling it. It lets out a scream as you're boiling it. It lets out a horrific scream. Ooh, should it? Is it? Will it? Would it? It might. Oh dear. No. Too powerful. Are you able to concentrate on that, Kenny?
I have to concentrate on it to use it again the next turn.
Okay. Are you doing so?
Yeah, I'm holding it.
You're holding it? Okay. Make a wisdom save.
All right, that +1.
Okay, you are held. You're paralyzed. You're incapacitated, can't move, can't speak. I think you can still concentrate.
Can I? I'm going to use my Flash of Genius as a reaction.
Okay.
I can add +4 to the roll.
Okay.
If that would matter, that's a 14.
Yes, that does matter. That saves. Yes,
Okay,
so you
let me
managed
make
to...
sure. When you or another creature you can see within 30 feet of you, so as long as... Oh, no, within 30 feet of me. Yeah.
Yeah, you're within
Add
30 feet.
+4 to the roll.
Yeah, that saves. All right. This thing then is going to wield back and hit you with a Mind Blast. Everybody in the room make an intelligence saving throw.
Yay!
Ordella saves. Cadillac.
About time.
18.
Marcus saves. Leonard. Oh, wow. Look at those rolls.
So
Cadillac.
mine would have been a 10.
That's not good enough.
Boo.
Cadillac, you're going to take 18 psychic damage, and you, Cadillac, are stunned.
As in flabbergasted that I just got attacked, or are there
As in, like,
practical? Are there
I'm
practical
shocked.
ramifications?
It's in like paralyzed. You're stunned for 1 minute, unless you pass that save later.
So what does stunned mean? Is it just I'm
No, it is
inactive?
it is a condition. A stunned creature is incapacitated. You can't move, and can speak only falteringly. You automatically fail any strength or dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against you have advantage. You also have the incapacitated feature, which means you cannot take actions or reactions. So you can't take actions, reactions. You cannot move.
I just got repacitated.
Can't move. You can speak falteringly, and you automatically fail strength and dex saves, and attack rolls against you have advantage. It is Harkis's turn. Y'all are fighting psychic monsters. Come on.
All right. I'm gonna run up on this one. Smack at him a couple times.
Ooh, that hits. Ow.
Plus 9.
You beat you kind of like you smashed that jar that that Leonard was heating, that red hot jar, into bits. You just smash it into bits, and that brain rolls out on the ground, and it smells something awful as it's been roasting in this goo that just rolls on the floor as you whomp it with your big whomping stick.
All right, I'm gonna hit this one. 14.
Is it?
Get out there. Nine. And then, because I haven't done it yet, and it just feels like it's time, I'm going to flurry of blows him.
Oh, punch in the brain jar.
26.
Yeah, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Plus 12.
Ow.
I'm going to hit him again for 25.
Yeah, oh.
Get off there. 13 more.
Your fist breaks through the brain jar, and you actually physically punch the brain itself, and it sort of like just turns to ooze around your fist as your fist goes all the way through the crystal jar, and it kind of falls down to the ground as the psychic power that was keeping it afloat is gone now. Your fist is really yucky.
I told you there's no use for brains in this place.
You kind of cut your hand a little bit on the goopy.
Okay, that's all I got.
Ordella, I think you're undone because the thing that did it to you is dead.
Yay.
So there's one more. It's frightened of Leonard. It's in a corner. I think it's frightened of everybody after it watched Arcus just smash brain jars.
Okay.
It's watched what it did. I don't know.
Okay. I'm gonna bring my dancing longsword over there since I still have a couple hits left on it. Smack it.
Hits.
Will that work? Yay.
Yep.
4, 5.
Okay.
Again.
Yes.
Didn't I like? And okay, I got one more on it. I think it's 5.
Hits.
Yay. For 8.
All right. Cadillac, you're up.
Okay. I am very, very flustered, and I'm just gonna stomp right up to this thing, and bam, bam.
It's one way to do it. What's that? 28 total? Yeah, Cadillac, that just smushes it. You just like, what does it look like, Cadillac? Because you just stomp up to it and just crush it.
I crush it, and then I just keep hitting it until it's brain pudding.
Yeah, it's just it is crushed. You smushed it real good. Real good. Yeah. What are you guys doing?
Probably not much on a brain to loot, I would imagine.
You don't see anything. There's canister and ooze.
They don't have pockets.
Yeah, they didn't have pockets.
But they've got Soulsai.
So before these things turned into assholes, I actually felt a bit sorry for them. They were in here sort of doing their best to live the old life, being entombed in this place, and we kind of turned that off, and I kind of felt sad for them, but not anymore, and I just sort of stomp on the mush that used to be a brain.
They'd gone crazy, basically. You turned off the world and brought them back to reality, and they couldn't take that.
Yeah.
They were very pitiable.
I'm shaking brain juice off of my boots. Brain giblets.
Ew.
Well, I guess now we can explore
I'm
these
gonna look down.
antechambers.
I'm going to look down at my hand and go, oh, that's the blah, 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 and come up with something that only a radiologist recognizes as a term for a location in the brain.
Oh, this is the prefrontal gyrus.
Yeah, this is the I don't even know. These are the cliffs of Ferragamo, and move on.
The cliffs. You know, it's where all your
Yeah.
neurons meet
Yeah.
your meet your mesonons.
It's where your rotostatus and your fetus betas come together.
Yeah. So the room is now cold and quiet, covered in ice, and there's no more activity around here. As the brains in the jars are just now smushed into nothing.
I'm gonna take a look around the room and see if I see anything fun or cool or
In this room, you don't see much. You see some adjoining rooms that have doors that are closed and sort of locked, that had been kind of off limits to you previously, but now there's nothing else stopping you from going around.
Ooh, loot the whole place.
Yeah,
What's
I'm
in
gonna
this
go
room?
to
Anything
this
in here?
door. I'm gonna go to
See
this
nothing.
door right here.
Okay, hang on.
Oh, I see a door.
Let me get it for you. Hold on. One door at a time. This door opens into a separate chamber. Let me read to you what's there. At the end of the narrow passage to the west, a narrow window overlooks the steps that led to the main entrance. It's almost like it was like some sort of guard passage. There are two more doors at the end of this hall here and at this hall here that seem to lead elsewhere, Harkus.
This one. Let's open this top door right here.
Okay. Let me open it for you. Harkus, as you step into this room, shifting green, purple, and blue light spills into this room through a single window. Bolted down tables hold an array of equipment, beakers of alchemical fluid, amoebics, cut crystal needles, surgical tubes, coiled leather tubes, and more. Behind the table stands an ornate suit of armor. On this ornate suit of armor, where the head should be, is a glass jar with a brain in it. Swollen human brain floating inside a canister of fluid. The suit of armor sort of moves a little bit, places its hands on the table, and speaks to you and says, you're not Netherese. What are you doing here?
There was a hallway and I was curious.
Interesting. My name is Veranda. Veneranda. Sorry. What a weird name. Wizards Veneranda. It could just be Veranda, but no, Veneranda. My name is Veneranda.
Okay. I knew a Veranda once. You don't want to be that guy.
I see. My name is Veneranda.
Hello, I'm Harkus.
The brain sort of welcomes you and says, welcome.
What is this place?
This is the place where the ritual of brain transfer occurs.
Ooh.
Are you interested?
Wish
to live forever? You too could become a brain in a jar.
I'm not interested today.
A later date
but
then.
Could you tell me about the process a little bit? How does this actually work?
It takes 24 hours. It results in the death and liquefaction of your body. We'll liquefy it. And the rest of it is old Nethery's secret.
So how long does the brain last in the jar?
As far as we know, indefinitely. Your consciousness could live on forever.
Can you put the brain back into a body later?
Why would you want to?
Well, let's just say I've seen some things happen to these brains in the jar. That's not the best outcome.
Listen, all that you need be is a brain. You can have a body like mine, of iron. Perhaps I can help you if you wish this. My goal here, as you can tell, obviously, since you're here, Yithrin has fallen. You're not from Netheril, and you're definitely not you're not from Yithrin, and you're definitely not Netherese, which means that you're from the outside world. Tell me, Arcus of the outside world, what has happened to our empire in the time since Yithrin has fallen?
Very cold. Very, very, very cold. There's a lot of winter. We are trying to find a way to end the winter. And so we have found our way down here in an attempt to restore order and normalcy to the outside world.
She says, well, then I have a proposal for you, Master Harkus. Where did you say you were from?
Neverwinter.
Master Harkus of Neverwinter. Do you come alone, or are you with allies?
I have friends.
Bring them. I should wish to parley.
Okay, give me just a moment. And I'm going to go out here and we're going to have a little conversation about the fact that there's another brain in here and he's trying to turn me into a brain, and I'm not sure how much I trust this parlay. But then again, he's just a brain and we did just beat 3 of them, so probably okay to at least entertain.
You hear the creature shout from the other room. I'm a woman, thank you. Just because I'm a brain in a jar doesn't mean you can misgender me.
I didn't think gender was in the brain.
Show us what you know.
Just call me JK Rowling.
All right, so you go back out to talk to
we're going to have this conversation. The brain would like to talk to us. She would like to have a conversation about...
There's a brain in a jar sitting on top of a giant suit of armor.
And she seems very nice.
Let me show you a picture of... I may have a handout. Hang on. Let me see if there's a handout of this creature, because that might affect your opinion. I don't know. It might not at all.
Okay.
But I hope there is.
She seems nice. She looks terrible.
Here we go. Hang on. Here we go. Is there a handout? Not really. I'm gonna hold up the book to my player handouts. Maybe it's in here. Name, creature, and monster handouts. Oh, please, 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 please. Because this is one of the coolest pieces of art. Maybe she's creature and monster. I don't know. Is she a monster? Does she deserve that? I don't know. No, I don't have a handout. All right, I'm gonna hold up the book to the light here so that you guys can see on my Zoom window the what she looks like, because it's way too cool to let it not be seen.
Wow.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Sharp and pokey.
I take it back. She does not look very nice.
Mm.
She looks very, very aggressive.
She's got that sword, that suit of armor, and that's what you
Seems
see.
like maybe I should not have misgendered her.
Mm.
I might be in trouble now.
That's what you see. That's what you see. I like to think that Harkus comes back and still says, "She looks nice."
She looks okay. She looks like she's into pelts. I feel like we could be friends.
So that's what you see in that room, in this creepy ooze room with lots of things, where apparently they can turn you two into a jar brain.
Yeah, Leonard wants to be one of those. So, I mean, that's pretty much like the next.
Does
I don't
Leonard
even
have?
know. I
Does
don't even
Leonard
know
have a
if I
brain?
have a brain, but like that is a huge upgrade in terms of robot bodies.
Is to be that thing.
That looks like Holocaust from the Age of Apocalypse back in
Yeah.
the 90s.
Yeah, freaking awesome.
Gigantic suit with a skull. I think Leonard now has an agenda.
Leonard's like, I want this procedure. Okay. Yeah. So you go. What are y'all doing? You've encountered this thing. Veneranda is speaking to you. She said she had a proposal for you and wishes to parley. She said perhaps I can help you. You can help me. You wish for the winter to be over? I may have a way we could accomplish both goals.
Interesting. Okay. Well, what do you propose?
Well, are you going back and talk to her? Or are you bringing
Oh,
everybody
sure.
over there?
Why not? I'm going to go back and talk to her.
Yeah,
Or
I'll
does
go back.
everybody's going? Bring your characters in there.
Oh,
That
this is
tiny-
ominous.
Put all your character tokens in the tiny little room with the giant armored brain monster.
That's fine. I'm going to need everybody to stand back out of the range of a fireball.
Which is the entire room.
I'm going out. I'm going out big.
She looks at you all and says, "Ah, welcome. Please, your friend tells me that the world outside of Githran has become cold, iced, and flooded with winter. I seek to restore Yithran to its former glory, a floating Netherese city above the world, powerful and strong, to bring life back to this place again. That is my goal. I don't know why this city fell, but I do know that before it did, our Lithus claimed an artifact, a powerful artifact from the ancient Ostorian Empire of Giants, one which holds the power to turn back time's needle itself. To activate it, I'll need Iorlith's staff of power. He keeps it in his study. Bring me the staff of power of Iorlithus, and together we can activate the ancient obelisk that he captured, turn back the needle of time, end your everlasting winter, and restore Yithrin to its former glory."
So when you say turn back time, does that roll back time for everybody? And so things that exist now will just roll back and disappear?
She thinks for a minute and says, "I don't rightly know, but it'll be cool to find out, won't it?"
Well, if all we accomplish is for this all to happen again, I'm not sure I'm not sure how much that gets us.
No. Once we can roll back, we could stop the fall. Restore this place to its former glory. Roll back time locally here.
Okay, so it only rolls back time then, as far as you know, for a particular space or a particular area.
Let me be clear. The dungeon master is not certain. You've reached an area where my knowledge seems to be drawing bleak, because you did find this thing once, but didn't explore it much. Let me read for just a moment. Blah, 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 blah. So succeeds an intelligence check. Accomplish. Expend 10 or more of its charges. Power surges. Triggers the following events happen. Before Yithrin crashed, Arlithus relied on the obelisk as a precautionary measure in case Yithrin experienced a catastrophe. It was one of a few rare Netherese artifacts that could rewind time. It was damaged during you. The book is not clear. She says it will rewind time beyond Yithrin's fall. Locally, I assume. Not like for the whole universe. Won't turn all universe's time back, just like our time. Restore us back to glory. Yep, that's what we gotta do. Bring me that staff. Could probably use it to roll back that winter you're experiencing too. Bring back some summer. Unless, of course, you've got an evil goddess that's perpetuating it somehow.
Well, if in the unlikely event that we did have an evil goddess that was perpetuating it, I would like to think that a flying doom city would be very helpful to have on our side.
Probably. I mean, we do have massive guns.
Do you now?
Just blast gun. No, I don't know. we call them goddess blasters. Just you know, because back in the day there were demigods and demigoddesses everywhere that were flying around trying to attack us. So we would just turn the old demigod blasters on them and just pow pow pow, shoot down. Up there goes Icarus, just knock him out of the sky.
All right, I'm sold. Get this man the staff. That's my vote.
I'm a woman.
Get this gal, the lady.
Yes.
The staff. Let's do this. That's my vote.
Yes. Steal the staff. Bring it to me. This is definitely the thing to do. She says, it could be dangerous though, and despite the looks of me with all the spikes and swords and metal armor, I'm rather fragile, so I think I'll stay here. Well, you go do that. Go get the staff. You'll find Arlithus' study at the top. Keep going up. Can't miss it.
So how do we know you're telling the truth?
Why would I lie?
I very much doubt you would, but would you succumb to me making sure through a zone of truth that you are in fact telling? Because it's going to be our skins on the line to retrieve this artifact, and I believe you, but my friend Harkus can be a tough sell, and so I would like the two of us to work together to convince Harkus, and the best way to do that, I think, would be to enact a zone of truth. And then you can just tell me exactly what you just did. We all know that we're all on the up and up. And then Harkus will, I'm sure, be convinced.
Okay, I'll step into your zone and testify. You cast Zone of Truth?
Yes, and D&D Beyond says, I don't understand what you just did. So let me know if you need me to roll anything.
She steps into the zone, and she says, "My goal is to restore Yithrin to its former glory. I believe through the use of Iorlathus's staff and the obelisk that he obtained from the Astorian Empire, this could be accomplished. It may be dangerous to retrieve the staff from Iorlathus's study. You'll need me intact to be able to activate it. Therefore, you shall retrieve the staff. I will activate it.
What dangers will we face?
She says, Netherese wizards don't die so easily. Iorlathus was the arch-wizard of this whole city. I would assume that he endures. He will not part so easily with his powers.
Does he live in a jar now, too?
That I do not know. I don't think so. He'd be more powerful than that. You know, think like Lich or something.
I turn around and say, Harkus, are you convinced now?
Sounds good to me. I like her.
While we're in the zone of truth, I'm going to ask if we could prevail on her to protect us during the course of a long rest so that we can get this staff.
Like to watch you sleep?
Pretty much. And,
just defend this room.
Yeah.
Surely a magnificent knight such as yourself can defend a door.
She says, sure. You sleep here in the brain transfer liquefaction room.
I mean, she's in the zone of truth.
She's in the zone of truth. So and nothing will happen to us.
And we
didn't
sleep
sign
here
the consent
safely,
form.
though. Will we wake up still attached to our bodies?
We're
going to walk out of here the same way that we came in.
She says, I'll protect you in this room, but I can't guarantee that nothing bad will happen to you. I mean, we could be attacked by a freaking horror or something. I don't know. One of them things with its mouth and its tummy could come.
You have defended this room for 1,000 years.
Today's the day.
I'm sure 8 hours is within your capacity.
Wait. Do you think I've just been living in this room this whole time?
Well, where else do you go? Do you go for walks?
The door was locked.
Yes. I've been waiting in this room for the last 1,000 years.
Would explain the smell.
That's what the other jars did. They held dances out there. Did they invite you to dance?
We're having fun. Oh yeah, that.
They're crazy. You killed.
There were more people out there.
You killed them, right?
Well, things happen.
Well, let's just say.
Did you scrape one off your boot?
I don't care about
Was
them.
that Bob? That looks like Bob on your shoe.
She says, I don't care about them. They can be dead.
Well, that's good.
They paid.
Can I get one of those suits?
Well, sign up to have your body liquefied, and then we will take your brain out of your body, and we'll put it in a jar. And then, if you have enough money, you can buy a suit for it to go on top of.
Money? Who are we going to pay? The city's dead. Can we just take it from the armory?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm restoring the city to its former glory. We're going to have proper industry.
Well, yes, but that's in the future. We're still in the dismal past.
I don't know where they make them. I got this 1,000 years ago.
I vote we sleep on it.
Very good. You may rest. I will watch over you. And the brain pops off of the suit and starts to float around the room, and then the suit walks over to the door by itself and like crosses its arms.
Slightly unsettling.
This is an excellent. This is the best idea we've ever had.
I feel
I
like I'm
have
going
to-
to take first watch.
I have to
I was
ask,
just thinking, like,
are
I
you-
want 2 watches.
are you setting watches? Or are
Yes.
you all just going
We
to
don't
bed?
need no stinking watches. We've got a doom night.
I feel like we're going to set watches, but I'm going
It's
to
like,
sort
you
of
know what?
I'm
You
going to
didn't
try
sign
to
the
sell it.
consent form, but
I'm going to try to sell it like I'm just getting to know her because this suit of armor has got me intrigued.
Got it. Okay, who's first watch?
I'll take first.
I'll take
And who-
second.
And who's third? Cadillac.
I see how it is.
I'll take third.
Leonard's always fourth watch.
I'll do fourth.
Although it's utterly unnecessary because nothing bad could possibly happen.
Okay.
That's how we die.
The die of truth.
I feel like we're going to be totally fine.
Who's third watch?
Me.
Roll perception,
Cadillac.
please.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You wake up to a brain just hovering over you. Oh, just checking.
With a 6, you notice that she's wearing a yellow brooch.
Bam.
There it is.
I notice all the things.
Yeah.
See,
You notice that she sort of is the brain sort of is sizing you guys up, maybe. It's floating
Mm.
around, examining your bodies and sort of sizing you up a bit.
I mean, we're some very, very impressive bodies.
Mm-hmm.
Sizing
all
us
you
up for a
notice.
coffin or are the really cool armor we're gonna get?
Volcano Los Dos.
A nice metal coffin.
Oh, wait a minute.
Uh,
Do I notice any particular difference between looking at us and looking at Leonard?
Good question. Yeah, she's more interested in you, fleshies.
I'm more interested in fleshies too. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Leonard, your watch is up. You don't notice anything.
Okay.
Everybody is taking a long rest. Congrats.
Yay.
You're fully long rested. The next morning has come. And yeah. It is she beckons you to retrieve the staff such that she may restore Yithrin to its former glory. You're fully long rested.
First things first, I think we will surveil the closets and antechambers surrounding us here just to make sure that we haven't missed anything. You never know, the staff may be in one of these closets.
It sure could be. Did you explore this closet over here?
You know, it's funny that you mentioned this. I think we were just about to. Is that the one the staff's in?
Are you opening that door? And if you are, go over there.
Here, staff.
All right, you open the door. Funny coincidence. You open this door, and in this room is an irregularly shaped room that contains 6 staffs stored in racks along its walls, with room for more.
You're kidding.
Nope, I'm not kidding. There's 6 staffs in here.
Um, being that we're in the Doom City of Mages,
Mm-hmm.
leave and I come in here, and I go to the Brain Knight, and I say, I think I found him or found it.
And she saw where you came from, and the knight just puts its hand up to its jar that's sitting on top of its head. It kind of rubs the jar a little bit and says, "You found the staff closet, didn't you?"
Yes, yeah, there's 6 of them. We can roll time back 6 times.
She says, "So essentially, you found a coat closet in the city of mages, and you opened the coat closet, and you're like, look at this. I found the world's rarest cloak." No. No.
In my defense, you didn't really describe what the staff was like.
In my defense, I'm not really sure, but it's not one of them.
Do you know what them are? What manner of staffs then they are?
They're basically just focuses for spellcasters.
Oh.
They're not like they're like wands. They don't have any particular power to themselves other than they're like a spellcasting focus for mages that were here for the party. Some of them are pretty. So if you had somebody that needed a spellcasting focus, they've got some pretty ones. But they don't have any particular like power to itself. Some of them might have some special abilities, but you'd have to explore those to figure it out. But none of them. She tells you that none of those are the staff of Hierolithus.
I have been using my spells a lot as a paladin. Would a staff buff me at all?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Okay. Then I guess I'll sort of wander around and let one of my colleagues take the talking stick for a while I just sort of wander around saying, here, staff, 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 staff.
Yeah, no staffs available. She says, you're going to have to be clever to find the way up to Hierolithus' chambers.
Okay, which way are we going?
It's up to y'all.
We've got a few additional chambers here that we haven't hauled through. I didn't want to hog all the limelight, but I can start kicking indoors if you want.
Yeah, let's
You
go
know,
kick doors
just
in.
wandering around exploring.
Okay, where are you going?
Have we been down here?
Yeah, that's sort of the guard chamber for the
Oh,
entrance.
yeah. Okay.
With the murder hole.
All right, what about this door?
You have opened it during the party. It led into that chamber where the people were at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
The members only bar. They had wine and things like that.
Didn't Zarya sort of get shooed out of there though before she could
get shooed out of there
before she could really do much with it?
Yes.
I'll meander through and just look for, now that the illusion's gone, anything worth filtering.
It is a frozen ruin bereft of inhabitants. There's a counter with storage racks, and there are about a dozen bottles of 2,000-year-old wine that are sort of floating around.
All right, I'm going to grab those.
They have sort of a aura of magic about the wine bottle.
That's fine. I'm just shoving them in my pack.
Or how many are you grabbing?
A dozen?
You grab 12 bottles of 2,000-year-old wine.
Absolutely.
Leonard, you are clanking down the hall now. You're literally carrying a case of wine. Ching, 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 ching.
Let me
Your
see.
plan is to get Iorlithus, the archdevil mage guy, to drunk
Oh, yeah.
on old wine. All right, that's what you find: a frozen bar with no inhabitants and old wine.
All right. I'm going to take the heavily aged wine.
It's valuable.
Yeah, I've got to have.
How many people back home have true aged Netherese wine that has been bottles protected by abjuration spells to preserve the quality of the wine inside?
Yeah, I don't have a bag of holding.
Melissa's got a bag of holding right there in front of her.
Yeah, I'm gonna dump all but one of those bottles in the party collection.
All right. You got a bunch of bottles of wine. What are you doing, Cadillac? You're exploring down here?
Didn't Leonard have the disease of finders keepers, losers weepers?
Oh.
Leonard, you have a case of wine that you can't put down. You're gonna have to carry it with you.
For the rest of the game, he's going to be making as much noise as Cadillac and going to get
Yeah,
Oh my
Leonard,
God.
I think I'm gonna encumber you because
my
you have 12
God.
bottles of wine.
Oh.
I think unless you get a bag of holding, you're encumbered.
Now, what if we just like come up and while he's charging, like just drink one?
I think he'd golem at you.
I can see you when I'm charging. These eyes don't close.
Your movement speed is reduced by 10 feet, Leonard.
Yep.
All of your ability checks, attack rolls. Let's see here. Hang on. Encumbrances with characters are a weight that exceeds 5 times character strength score. The strength score of 10. You have to put some stuff down. Maneuvering optimally, speed is reduced by 10. All right, I'm just going to give you the speed is reduced by 10 encumbrance, and you're going to have disadvantage on stealth checks because you're clanking bottles of wine. You're not at the severe encumbrance. So
Okay.
your speed's down 10, and you're not very stealthy because you're clanking everywhere you go. Kind of like you're exploring down here in the bottom left area.
Maybe I'll find some wine, and I can go jingle jangle.
You opening this door, Cadillac?
Yes.
Okay. What you see as you open this door, there is a single table in there, and a filing cabinet filled with what looks like ruined parchment scrolls, and there's a dresser containing writing materials. Everything is covered in ice.
And obviously this is written in Netherese.
It's written in Laros.
Laros. Didn't Professor
Scott? Yeah, he reads Laros.
Okay. Then I grab. Can I carry all of them?
All of the papers?
Yeah. Is that doable?
Yeah, you can get the papers. You can't get the desk and the dresser, but you can get the papers.
I know what I do. You said it was a filing cabinet, right?
There's a filing cabinet.
So I take the papers from the desk. Kick open the door. And then I start dragging the filing cabinet all the way down here, and it makes an ungodly noise.
Yeah, it's full of papers. The filing cabinet is very heavy and is full of papers.
And I bring it out into here for Professor Scott to go through.
He looks at you and he says, "Fascinating. You've brought me the files of the Minister of Finance." He's talking about the taxings of the citizens and how they would pay their taxes and dues for entrance into the magical academies.
Does it say where the vault is? Where the taxes were kept?
No. It's ledgers.
Hmm.
Ledgers upon ledgers.
Hmm. Do mages pay their taxes in money, or do they pay it in some sort of other
They certainly
more
wouldn't pay.
esoteric?
They certainly wouldn't pay in money. Money. You could generate money with simple spells. No. No, no, no.
The blood of orphans or something?
Taxes were paid with various rare ingredients into spells that would have value. Say you need a drop of dragon's blood that has an assigned worth. Or you are in need of the tears of a unicorn. Or a certain spell. Again, some value is attached to it. The Minister of Finance here would collect and categorize the value of every magical accompaniment you could think of. So you would pay your taxes in, say, witches' hairs, the hairs of a hag.
Hmm.
A newborn baby's first breath.
Hmm. None of that sounds like it would help us very much, sadly.
You're a wizard.
No, I'm a paladin.
That's unfortunate. Sort of a failed wizard, as it were.
There is no failure in following the glory of Sylvanus, I'll have you know. And I give him a boop on the head.
Isa! Just because Sylvanus was a greater wizard than you. What you think of gods that Etheres were. They were just people that realized that your gods are nothing but greater wizards than you.
You know, they haven't maintained their ballroom very well.
So worship your wizard. So worship your wizard. Now, move on. We have 2 other offices to explore.
Indeed. What's in this door?
Perhaps the Minister of Vegetation will be here.
I heard that. I say around the corner.
There's another desk and another filing cabinet.
God. All right, I'm going to dispense with the pleasantries. I just screech and groan and bring the filing cabinet around back to Professor Scott.
He looks at you. The floating head looks at you. The floating skull looks at you and he says, "This is amazing." The crystal ball. He's a crystal ball.
Yep.
Looks at you and says, "Amazing. You have found the chartings of the Minister of History. See here. Look. His writings. They talk about this. This is quite fascinating." He says, there's a letter here that details the acquisition of an artifact dating back to the Empire of Astoria. A rune-carved spindle stone described as having an unknown purpose. It has been moved to the Citadel's stasis chamber for further study, it says here.
That's actually interesting.
I believe we encountered such an artifact in our passage earlier. Remember the spire, the obelisk that had the writings that you were able to decipher were about time?
Yep.
Yes, that is the same.
Got it.
It was, however, cracked, I recall.
No more information?
No other information is available here in the Minister of History.
Are there any historical notations about when they installed the goddess blasters that we were told about?
Goddess blasters?
Yes. We were told in a zone of truth that this city had goddess blasters that could be reactivated when the city takes flight again.
I may note to you that that part was not mentioned during the Zone of Truth. I was there. I will say to you, there are no such goddess blasters.
Are you sure you missed a historical document? Or you didn't miss a historical document?
I, sir, am the world's expert on Netherese lore. I know of no such blasters.
All right. Investigate this door.
Okay. Cadillac, you're
laugh
not.
At this is the minister of goddess blasters.
You're not going to believe what's in here, Cadillac.
Goddess blasters.
There's a desk and a filing cabinet.
Yes. Yes. All right. Screech, crash, okay, there we go.
Oh, good, sir. You have brought me the Minister of Nobility's documents. Here he is talking about all of the family trees and who gets to be noble and who is not noble, who is going to what school and what not. It's like a ancient Laurosian Facebook. This is actually it's quite interesting.
I was going to say Scott would find this really interesting, I think.
It's actually quite interesting. I had no idea that the Stochastian family had entered their son into the academy at such an early age. Interesting.
I think we're done here.
I'll stay here and read these documents if you don't mind. I'd very much to enjoy exploring the contents of these violent covenants.
Okay, I looked and I don't see any more offices.
Nope.
Is this a door or just a really big murder hole?
Up to the top, as you walk up here, what you notice is a 7-foot tall, 4-foot wide window at the north of the area. It overlooks a 30-foot wide gap in the spire's superior structure. On the far side of this gap is a window that is very similar to it that opens into another chamber. There's a 30-foot wide gap there between these two windows.
Could we traverse the distance?
35 feet.
Like, is there a drop?
Looks like it.
How big is the drop?
It goes way down.
Oh, well, luckily we have a flying person.
Who's that?
Doesn't Harkus fly?
That's true.
Harkus, how do you feel about being a taxi service?
Roll me perception, Cadillac. I don't think that 11 is going to do it.
I'm pretty sure we got a way across.
All right, Leonard, are you investigating the area? Roll me investigation, Leonard.
Investigation.
I gotta go. I have a whiny child.
All right, we're about to wrap up anyways.
Okay.
Leonard,
Hi.
you notice that Cadillac, as he walked up to the edge, kicked some of the ice out of the window, and it appears to be hovering in the air there at the edge of the windowsill. Just sort of stationary there, hovering over nothing.
I'm going to throw my rope of climbing out.
Yep.
And see, just like, not command word, just toss it.
Yep.
And see what happens.
It flops and it lands on something. Straight and flat out there.
Okay.
Seen Indiana Jones?
Yeah. I'm going to tell my rope of climbing to move like 5 feet ahead over and over again.
It just inchworms its way across.
And doesn't fall.
Nope.
All right. And then I'm going to secure it on both sides.
It's not long enough to do that.
Huh.
How long is that rope?
Super long?
Mm-mm. No, sir.
60 feet?
Okay, yeah, then it's long enough. You could do that. You could secure it on both sides.
Yeah. So we got a handrail.
Yep. Got a handrail.
All right. And it can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Yep. You got a handrail.
All right. So I'll go across.
You step out into the void.
Yep.
You step out into the void. You take a big step leaning forward, placing your foot down, hand on the rope of climbing. Close your eyes, and your foot hits something solid.
Okay, I'm going to open my eyes.
You're standing over a big hole, but you're hovering there. There's something invisible solid beneath your feet.
Okay, but I don't see something like in the area, but I don't fall.
Whatever it is, there's something invisible beneath your feet.
Yeah, I just wanted to be sure it wasn't like an aura where, like, once you step inside it, you can see where you're going.
Yeah, no, you're no auras or anything like that, but you're able to stand there.
All right. I'm just going to inch my way along.
You walk across and are able to make your way all the way to the other side and step through the window, and you find yourself at another chamber.
And I'll tell everybody, of course, that there's an invisible walkway.
Come on, y'all.
And stick around to get my rope back.
Yep. Everybody's joining, I assume?
I'll join.
I know Ordella would join, so
Yeah.
I'll move her. And Harkus will join.
Yep.
We'll say Zarya will join as well. So I know she would too. Okay. As you step into this chamber, your reflection dances over the mirrored surface. There are 11 alcoves that extend from the walls like the points of a star, each one narrowing to a niche, where there is a gently glowing crystal mounted 5 feet above the floor. The air seems to hum with pent-up power. Soon, as you're standing here in the center of the circle, suddenly, the crystals brighten. Rays of energy burst forth one by one to converge into the center of the room. As more of the rays intersect, slowly but surely, a translucent figure comes into view where the lights converge. It is a bald man wearing a long purple gown. His face breaks into a smile as he sees you. And he says, "My name is Everlast. Welcome, travelers. How may I assist you?" And at that moment is where we, I think, will break it for the night. As you're in this strange chamber with a strange man made out of light from crystals that has beckoned you on.
Pretty cool.
And we'll pick it up next week, where you guys are here and figuring out what's next in this journey. Now, I guess you're trying maybe to find this staff. Maybe you're doing this or not. I don't know. But you've met Everlast, who appears to be a figure made out of crystal and light.
I really liked the idea of bringing the city online.
We will find out next week what happens. Good night, everybody. We'll see you guys next week.
See you
Night,
guys.
y'all.
See y'all.
Good night.